Hi guys, I'm John Garage, and today I'm going to be going over a cool item I was sent from Byberry. It's called the Byberry Pro 2045. Yeah, full disclosure, $0 I spent for this, but that's not going to change anything because this is actually something I'd been looking at like a while ago, and I ended up getting the SQT 2048 instead because this thing was like gate kept behind an Amazon Prime thing, which I didn't have. It was like, oh, you can spend like 45 on it, or you can get it for 30 if you have Prime. And I was like, no, I'll get the SQT instead. But yeah, let's kind of dive into it. So the SQT, if the SQT was basically, you know, their response to the Leatherman Wave, well, this bad boy, this bulging beast, is the Byberry's response to the Leatherman Surge, which just pretend I'm holding in my hand because I'm not going to go out and spend like $150 on one of those bad boys. But yeah, this is basically the bigger brother of the Leatherman Wave, and you can tell right away, like, it just feels heavy in the hand. It's slightly bigger, and like, God, just these big monstrous pliers. They're incredible. Like, let's just compare. Man, they're frightening. What a scary tool in a cool way. So inside here it has a nice, these tools are all locking, but it's a 1/4 inch driver slot. Get in there. First detraction from this is like the things to unlock stuff is like a little mushy to me. We have a can opener. Cool. Have a small flathead slash, I don't know if I'd call that a prying tool. And then here we have a bigger flathead, and then of course the awl. And oh God, I'm just realizing this might not have a bottle opener on it. Oh my God. But you can always use a can opener to open a bottle, but that's just crazy to not see like a dedicated bottle opener. Very, very crazy. So then we go to the outside here, and we have all these tools that open very nicely compared to other ones of this price range where they didn't open so nicely. That was a serrated blade right there. On this side we have a little T-shank adapter that comes preloaded with a nice file, double-sided diamond there, and then a crosscut one here. So another little detractor, and I guess I'm not quite sure if this is the same for the Leatherman Surge, but I'm assuming so because it's not like it's going to be that much longer than this. But yeah, it's great they give you these little saw blades that slip into the side of the pouch here. But then, okay, I'm done using my saw. I'm going to close it away. Look what happens. Womp womp. It's too long for the tool, so it's just stuck there. Which is, I don't know, a little bit of a shame. I wonder how hard it would be to just like clip the end off of that so it would close all the way. Because, I mean, I don't know. I took this out camping with me to mess around with it and test out all the different tools and stuff, and they all worked great. I'd realized I didn't actually use the saw out there because I was using a big old like hand saw type thing instead. But so I just tried it a little bit ago, and I'm sure glad I did because that's how I found out that the thing don't fit no good. Let's get that back in there. But yeah, the file works fine. It's all gunky right now because I used it to like smoothen up a nice stick that I used to push logs around in the bonfire with. On this side we have a nice blade. This I used to strip the stick of all its bark and stuff like that, and just generally chop things. And then some nice scissors. And I love these because like none of these really had to be worked into submission or anything like that, which was definitely what kind of had to happen with the Leatherman Wave. Like, you got to work with this thing for a while before the tools can open. And yeah, the Leatherman Wave doesn't have scissors on the outside. which I wish it did. But yeah, this isn't a friggin' Leatherman Wave review. It's a Byberry Pro 2045. So this will cost you $45 if you don't have Prime, or it'll cost you $38 with Prime. And I swear to God, I saw it cheaper before. So like, you know, maybe hold out and wait for it to get a little bit cheaper with your precious Amazon Prime discount. But on the outside here, they were so kind as to include a set of bits that you can use with the aforementioned little bit driver. Let's pop one of these out. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And since it's all integrated into the sheath, like you never have to worry about, oh, I'm going to carry a separate thing of bits. Unlike you, Leatherman, which you, well, one, you don't come with any bits, and two, they come in like a big old brick. I don't even have the kit that they actually sell. I have these off-brand Next Tool ones that, yeah, they aren't going to be able to fit inside that sheath. No way, no how. Nope. So I appreciate that the fine folks at Byberry at least had, you know, the kindness in their heart to add little pouches where you can easily put all these things onto it. Because otherwise, like, no, I wouldn't be carrying this with me. And I really like the pouch too, because how they designed it was on the back, you don't have to slip the whole belt through it. You can just like pull this out and then clip it over it and do it. Because like the issue I run out to is I go to bed at night out in the woods, and I just leave my pants on usually. But then, I gotta pull my belt all the way out and unhook this thing that I have. Not with this. Not at all with this. But yeah, it's a good thing that they give you this sheath, because this is lacking any sort of a belt clip, which the SQT 2048 had one. This Leatherman Wave did not. I had to buy one aftermarket for like $10 to put on it. Sorry, this might sound kind of like the I Hate Leatherman fan club, but it's not true. It's just, I look at these like, this multi-tool worked great. I really didn't like run into any issues other than the saw just now. Can opener worked great. I mean, like, a screwdriver's a screwdriver, you know, like the awl I used on a ferro rod, that worked fine. Yeah, screwdriver's a screwdriver. File worked great for making that stick really smooth. The knife worked really well. Let's see how sharp it still is. Yeah. Well, that was the paper's fault, not the knife. Yeah. Cool. Still working fine. Scissors. Let's try just the very tippy of it. Get in there. There. All right. It did it. Yay! So it means it cuts like all throughout. It's not just like all the way down here where it cuts. Cuts very well. That's great. I like the look of it with like the mixture of the stainless steel, or the shiny with like the black outside implements. That's quite cool. But yeah, I mean, $38 for this compared to a Leatherman Surge, which is $150. So it's kind of like, you gotta ask yourself anymore. And I keep seeing a lot of things about like quality control has gone to crap. They're taking stuff out of like what they used to give you for free at Leatherman, you know, like bit kits, the sheath, the pocket clips, stuff like that. And now they just give you the tool. I kind of see it as how like Apple, they're like, well, everyone already has the chargers, so we're just gonna keep them, and we're not gonna give you the headphones anymore. It's just like, okay, sure, you're doing it for our benefit. All right. Totally. Yeah, this thing is not stiff at all. I had run into issues before with the SQT when I first got it, and I just really had to like untighten these things. Like the Torx things on the outside, it works great now, but like it was a lot of, I'd shot a whole review on this thing saying like it sucked and these cheapo tools are garbage. But with this, haven't had that issue at all. Of course, like, I don't really want to be able to swing it open in the same way that I would with this, because this thing is just a beast. It's like, I don't want this swinging back and ramming into my knuckles necessarily, because that's kind of what can happen with this, but I just suck it up because it's like, one, it's cool to do, and two, it doesn't really hurt me or anything. But with something like this, like, that might leave a little bit more of a mark, but I can at least like close it back up with one hand fine. And I'm sure if I sat here for days and days and just like kept opening and closing it, it would be like easier to do it, but I'm not really worried too much about it with this. Honestly, let's just weigh it real quick, because it is like substantially heavier in the hand. This thing weighs 11 ounces. This SQT weighs 9.8, let's say. The Wave weighs 8.7. So yeah, I guess this is a little lighter, but would I get it if I were you? If you don't mind it being a little heavier, like if you're looking for something that's as beefy as the Surge, I think this definitely fits the bill. And again, for being almost a fifth of the price, you could run through 5 of these before you'd ever need to, like, you'd get your money back on a Surge. I don't know if what I said made sense. I don't know. You can buy either 5 of these or 1 Surge. It's up to you. I know Leatherman has the 20-year warranty and everything like that, but yeah, I don't know. I've been more and more impressed with these. Like, I won't call them cheap, because like cheap isn't even, like, to me a descriptor of the price of something. Cheap to me is, you know, because you can get something that costs a lot of money and feels cheap. To me, this is economical. It's a good value. And I think tools like this are especially good for, like, you know, you're not a blue collar worker or something like that, and you're not like, oh God, if my tool broke, I would be screwed beyond relief. Or, you know, it's not, to me, really meant for things like that. This is good for, you know, maybe you are just starting out in like a trade or something like that, or you are interested in getting something, but you don't want to drop 150 bucks on something that you don't even know how much you're going to use it, or like, you know, how it's going to fit into your EDC and everything like that. I think these are a great little, like, proving ground type of thing to see, like, you know, do you even like the weight of it on your hip? Is it something you want to have in your pocket? Do you want something smaller? Do you want something bigger? Instead of dropping 150 bucks or more, start with something like this and get used to it. And then, like, yeah, you know, they always have this saying of, I don't know if it's a saying really, but people advise, like, you know, as you're building out your kind of like toolkit out in the garage or whatever like that, get kind of cheaper tools first. And then as you break them or you go through them or they get worn down and fall apart or whatever, that's when you invest in a better one, because you know you're actually using that thing quite a bit, and that it's worth putting more money into one that, you know, might have better materials or have a better warranty or something like that. So then you aren't having to spend money over and over. But you might end up getting one of these and you can use it the rest of your days, because it doesn't have as heavy of use that's going to make it start falling apart on you. So my battery was fine, but my memory card filled up. Maybe I need to ask for one for Christmas. But anyway, yeah, it's, even if you like already own more expensive multi-tools, I don't think these are a bad thing. If you find yourself ever feeling like, oh, I'm afraid to use this $200 thing that I bought, like, try getting like more economical tools like this that you aren't as afraid to throw around and use and everything like that. And then, you know, you could realize, like, oh, I need the value that a $300 tool will provide me. Then you can go and get one, or start using the one that you already have. But yeah, I think it's good to kind of start, you know, start in a lower cost area and kind of work your way up as you decide what you truly need, instead of just diving all the way in from the start. You might feel a little bit of regret if you look on your shelf and just see your poor $500 Leatherman sitting up there looking down at you, crying. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you like this, I'll have a link down in the description that it's gonna be an affiliate link, so I might get a couple doubloons if you get one. But if you don't want to do that, just go on to Amazon and search on your own, and you know, let Byberry keep the doubloons that they've rightfully earned. Anyway, I'll see you next time, and take care and have a good time. Goodbye.